Joy Holt. This is the 18 WJTS News. A used car dealership in Shoals suffered $500,000 in damages after a fire broke out in a body shop area. Just after 8 a.m. Saturday morning, Shoals volunteer firefighters battled the blaze at Bailey Brothers Used Cars into the early afternoon after a fire started in a 4-bay body shop that was housing 3 vehicles at the time. Multiple agencies assisted the Shoals Volunteer Fire Department with the use of tanker trucks. The cause of the fire remains under investigation. No injuries were reported. Human trafficking is the fastest growing and second largest criminal enterprise in the world, generating an estimated $150 billion annually. Trafficking and exploitation can be found in communities of all kinds. In 2015, the Indiana State Police investigated more than 60 incidences of trafficked or exploited youth. The Indiana Trafficking Victim Assistance Program works in collaboration with law enforcement, Department of Child Services, and other service providers to help children escape sex and labor trafficking and support them in recovery and healing. The Indiana Youth Institute, in partnership with Crisis Connection and Purdue Extension, Dubois County, will be hosting a presentation on the warning signs of human trafficking in the state Wednesday, February 14th at Redemption Christian Church. Guest speakers will provide information about human trafficking and exploitation as it relates to the youth population. Those in attendance will learn what human trafficking is and the scope of the problem in Indiana, how to recognize potential traffickers, what red flag factors put youth at risk of victimization, and how to identify victims and what intervention and victim services are available locally, regionally, and statewide. For more information and to RSVP to this event, please go to www.iyI.org/YWC or email Debbie Jones at djones@iyI.org. A Huntingburg dentist and his wife, who are both facing multiple felony counts of neglect and criminal confinement in a case of alleged child abuse, were back in court this week as a trial date has been set. Tuesday, Judge Nathan Verkamp set the trial date for Alan and Amy Frizz, the Huntingburg couple who were arrested in October after police were called to their home for a report of an out-of-control child, and during an investigation were made aware of a teen girl who was being kept in a cage at the family's home. The trial is set for the week of August 27th, with a pretrial scheduled in July. This despite a request from Frizz's attorney for more time for the defense to sort through their evidence. Judge Verkamp also set a date in March to consider a motion for a change of venue. The Indiana Department of Transportation is warning motorists to watch out for crews fixing potholes. INDOT said Tuesday it's allowing work crews across the state to close travel lanes where necessary during daytime hours for repairs. That includes closures during peak travel times for priority repairs. INDOT says where possible, crews will limit their daytime work hours and try to avoid working in travel lanes during peak travel times. However, it says motorists might encounter maintenance crews making priority repairs anytime, day or night. To report a pothole on a numbered state route, interstate, or U.S. highway, follow the Report a Concern link at potholes.indot.in.gov or on the INDOT mobile app. Locally on city streets in Jasper, if a pothole opens up or to report a pothole along a city street, you can contact the Jasper Street Department at 812-482-1130. Indiana's unemployment rate has fallen to 3.4% in December, continuing a decline in the state that was seen a month earlier. The Indiana Department of Workforce Development said Tuesday that the state's unemployment rate decreased 0.3 percentage point from the November rate. The state's unemployment rate remained below the national rate of 4.1%, with the exception of October 2014, when it was equal to the national rate. The state's unemployment rate has been below the U.S. rate for more than 4 years. Indiana's labor force had a net decrease of about 14,200 over the previous month, which was a result of about 10,700 unemployed residents no longer seeking employment and roughly 3,500 decrease in residents employed. Indiana's total labor force is 3.3 million. Radius Indiana and the Southwest Indiana Development Council have announced a signing of a memorandum of understanding that will guide growing cooperation between the two organizations. Radius and the Southwest Indiana Development Group developed the agreement to promote economic development coordination across their respective regions, which share similar demographics and industry clusters, including high concentrations of agriculture and manufacturing. In a release, Radius Indiana President and CEO Jeff Quayle says the newly formed relationship has the opportunity to bring more business and success to the counties involved. As neighboring regional economic development groups, Radius and Southwest Indiana Development Council represent multiple counties in southern and southwest Indiana. 3 local counties, Daviess, Martin, and Du Bois, are members of both organizations. Du Bois Strong President Ed Cole says they are members of both regional groups. Cole says the new collaborative partnership agreement opens many opportunities to promote southern Indiana as a great place to live, work, play, and invest. Formed in 2009, Radius Indiana also serves as a point of contact in Indiana for Naval Support Activity Crane and leads regional collaboration by leveraging the diverse assets of Southwest Central Indiana to drive attraction, retention, and expansion of business, thereby increasing employment and investment opportunities and the quality of life within the region. A resident of Perry County has filed as a Democratic candidate for the District 74 seat in the Indiana House of Representatives. Larry Kleeman, a Tell City High School and Indiana State University graduate who served in the Indiana Army National Guard as a first lieutenant, has announced his candidacy. He joined the Perry County Department of Public Welfare as a caseworker in 1970 and was promoted to director of the department a year later. During Kleeman's tenure, the Head Start Early Childhood Development Preschool program grew from serving 60 children annually to 371 children in Crawford, Harrison, Perry, and Spencer counties. Kleeman's career has been spent working throughout District 74, which includes Crawford and Perry counties and parts of Du Bois, Orange, and Spencer counties, with people of a diverse background from all political parties to improve the quality of life. He says he is not running to be state representative, but running to serve the people of the area as their representative. Kleeman lives in Tell City with his wife, Sharon. They have 5 grown children as well as 10 grandchildren and 2 great-grandchildren. A juvenile from Maryland who made more than a dozen hoax calls to schools in 5 states, including Vigo County, has been sentenced to serve 2 years in a detention center. The teen was charged with making the hoax call in April of 2017 to Terre Haute North High School in Indiana. The plea agreement also resolves 12 similar hoax calls the youth made in other states. The teen was assisted in the April hoax by a North Vigo student who also pleaded guilty and received credit for more than 2 months served in detention and home detention under a plea agreement. During the Indiana call, the teen claimed he was inside the school with a gun and explosives and also demanded ransom money. The school's 1,800 students and their teachers were told to shelter in classrooms while about 50 police officers entered the school. Investigators discovered the two met online through gaming programs. That's been a look at your news around the area. Stay tuned. Your local weather outlook and forecast is coming up right after this.